We are here live in Tampa, Florida for the National Flag Football Championships. These teams have been competing all weekend for this day. Right now, we're about to watch our 17U division. We have the Flight Zone Panthers out of Michigan and LBFFA out of Pennsylvania. It is proving to be an exciting matchup between these two teams, and we are looking forward to see them take their talents out on the field.
We are here for the first game today. This is the National Flag Football Championships. It's 2020. We're going to have a lot of great action today. I'm here with you. My name is Rob Gonzalez. I'm here with Matt. What are we going to see today in our first game?
This matchup is going to be a good one. We have LBFFA out of Pennsylvania, who are the defending national champions. And we have a surprise team in the finals, the Flight Zone Panthers. But it's gonna be a battle.
Yeah, and we know that these two teams are ready to go at it. They've done excellent in their group stages, and obviously they are here in the championship to take it all down in Tampa. We're gonna go down to the field and get ready to start the action. So don't go anywhere. Wherever you're tuning in, we appreciate you. And give us 1 second as we go down to the field. Exactly thinking that this team was going to make the finals for 17U, right?
Yeah, I mean, LBFA has had a lot of new players added to their team since last year's championship. But looks like we're getting ready to go.
Flight Zone ready to get it started, and we can see we are now over the ball. We're going to see a quarterback is going to go back, has the pass rush, going right over the middle. There's the catch. 1-on-1. Is he going to be able to make it? Goes out on the sideline. That is going to be a first down.
Yeah, the quarterback made a great read there. Wide open over the middle on a post route. Safety didn't let him behind him, just kept him in front of him to play another down.
Yeah, and it's, you don't want to just let that play go over the top. You got to just make the tackle, take it, and just play another down, just like you said.
Yeah, they cross midfield, so this sets them up for a first and goal. They're only going to have 3 plays to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and if you're a little unfamiliar as to how it works, in normal traditional football, you have 4 downs. Here, you got to be able to cross the mid-stripe in 3 and then score a touchdown 3. Quarterback's going to go ahead and drop, has the crossing route, fumbles it a little bit, but does get tackled about maybe about 4 or 5 yards after he makes that catch. It's going to be second down for Flight Zone.
Yeah, they are right outside the no-run zone, so they do have the option to run or pass here. Once they break that dotted barrier, they will have to pass only.
Yeah, and this is going to be a strong place to be able to run because this is the last time you do it. There's the cross and makes that tackle right before the score. And I mean, we're talking like maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, they're on the one that sets them up for a third down. They got to punch it in here. You have 7-yard end zones, so it's not as easy as you would think to score from this close.
Yeah, and the big thing here is you can see they ran a bunch formation. Here's the hike, and he's got somebody. He's looking all the way over, and that is going to sail over the top, and that is going to be a turnover on downs for Flight Zone. LBFFA going to go ahead and get on the field on offense.
That's a big stop for LBFA on that first drive of the game. Typically you want to play ahead, and props to LBFA's defense on that. Let's see what they come out with on offense.
Yeah, and it was hard for him because he had to roll to a side he didn't want to be at. You see he's throwing off, and then here we go. Going to go just a little bit of a shuttle pass. Thought he wasn't tackled, but does get instantly tackled, maybe about 3 or 4 feet from the line of scrimmage. Interesting play call on first down there.
Yeah, it only picked up about 2 yards, it looks like.
Yeah.
I think they wanted the receiver to shake the defender and thought that they could pick something up.
And when we look at the size difference, I mean, I'm looking at the safeties and corners for Flight Zone, very big. There's the handoff. So the running, oh, there's the sack.
Big sack by number 30.
And you can see there what I was saying is that they're playing an offense where normally if the QB takes the hike, they cannot run it. So what they're doing is the running back is taking the hike, handing it off to the QB. So now the QB has the option of being able to run or pass. And in that case, tried to roll, shake the defender. Now, if he shakes that defender, he's got a lot of green in front of him.
For sure. Yeah, it's a very common flag play QB option. It negates the 7-second pass clock and allows the QB to run or pass.
Here you see they're in the bunch formation. QB's going to go ahead, drop back. Here's the rush. Takes it, and he's going to have to beat one guy. Does beat him up the sideline and falls out a little bit short. It is going to be third down, or is that going to be – that looks like a turnover.
Turnover on down, yeah.
Now, that was another interesting call because they are really feeling confident in their ability to shake a defender. And in that case, he just didn't really have enough space to be able to go up the sideline there. He just ran out of room before he could get there.
Yeah, I thought they would have taken a shot there, but I guess they're comfortable with their defensive play and maybe just wanted to shake, the rust off for a series.
And it's going to be first down, Flight Zone. They're going to be bunched to the right. Quarterback goes back. There's the crossing route. Going to go ahead and take it up. Doesn't dodge the first defender and is tackled. It's going to be second down.
Yeah, the defense played that zone. The cornerback played that zone perfectly. He just held his ground, let the receivers from the trips formation come across the field. The center peeled out to the right, and he was right there to make the play.
It's interesting to me that Flight Zone has not challenged them down the field yet. It seems that they do have that size, they have speed, and maybe it's more about the pass rush right now and just feeling it out, like you said, getting comfortable. But here we go. It's going to be second down and half. Man going to go in motion in front. Quarterback takes it, sees him up the sideline, has it, and he is going to make, it appears, is he short?
Yeah,
Couldn't, looks like maybe about a yard short.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the line on that play. That's a great receiver from a motion route up the sideline on the wheel. Sets them up with a nice 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 is where you're at now, way more space. We talked about before how the end zone kind of chokes you off, but now 3rd down, can't run here, but has a lot of space. Imagine that there would be a crossing route here, and there it is, crossing route over, makes the tackle, but that is going to be first down and goal.
Yeah, this LBFA safety, number 18, is playing pretty far back.
Yeah.
I thought they would have moved up into a more tighter coverage, but figure they just give them 3 downs. Now they have 3 downs to score, and that's it.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to go ahead and try to challenge him down the field. Here's that same crossing route. Oh, but he overthrows it. There's the interception. Makes the tackle. LBFFA in business. Ready to take over.
That's that 3rd play in a row that number 11 at the left corner has been in perfect position. And that time the QB just let it sail right into the defender's hands.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back because those are those easy passes that you just have to be able to make, and just missed it. Granted, game is still very close, so they're going to go ahead and spread out right now. Number 5 is going to be here in the slot. Here's the hike. Go ahead and get the fake. Go. Oh, he had another crossing route underneath. Oh, shakes him and bakes him. Oh, thought he was going to be able to go up the sideline, but does get tackled. It's going to be first and goal.
First and goal right here. I expect LBFFA to turn it up, and let's see if they can punch it in here.
LBFFA has to take advantage of this turnover. You're going to have to be able to punish this Flight Zone team that has come in favored against them, having size and speed. If they can put this in, it'll be a really big momentum shift. There's the fake handoff, fakes him out, goes ahead and sends it back. Can he juke one guy? And he does not. Is going to go ahead and get tackled there. Going to be 3rd down, I believe, right? Did I miss it? That's the first play?
Down.
Second down?
Yep, 2nd and goal. Looks like they're at about the 10-yard line.
They're going to huddle up a little bit. You can see Flight Zone is depending on all of their athletic ability, playing a lot of zone so far, and hoping that LBFA makes the same kind of mistake that they made on offense. So here we go. Going to be second down. Here's the hike. The pass rush is going to go right up the middle, and he drops the ball and gets sacked.
That's great.
Huge defense. I mean, that is right up the middle in his face, but he just doesn't have the speed to get away from number 30.
Pushes them all the way back to midfield, sets up a 3rd and long. Let's see what Coach Joe dials up here.
Yeah, we've seen them on these long downs continue to do these short passes and try to just juke one guy, but at some point, you're going to have to take your shot, because even if you miss, it's going to be a turnover no matter what. So dial up your best play.
About that rusher.
Right.
He is a problem. He is getting in there quick.
Look at this. Let's see what 30. Here's number 2 takes it. That snap is a little slow. 30 gets juked this time. He's going to go up the field, misses the tackle, and he's got somebody open, and he's got him in there for the touchdown. It will be 6-0 LBFFA on the board.
Big play. Both quarterback and wide receiver are returning players from last year's team. And great job eluding the rush on that play after we just commented on how great the rusher has been. That was a little bit of a slip-up.
Yeah, he gave him the business there that time. And it's going to be like that all day. It's going to be the challenge of our quarterback number 2 versus number 30 on the pass rush. Can he get it done? There's the pass. There's that small little shuttle pass, and it doesn't get done. It's going to be 6-0.
Flag on the field. Flag is down near the line of scrimmage.
And the good thing for everybody at home is when we have any kind of penalty call that maybe is back and forth, or we're not exactly sure what's going to happen, we have a referee here in our studio who will be able to step in and answer any questions if we have them. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, looks like they're still going for their 1-point conversion from half the distance.
And they ran the exact same play.
Wide.
Wow. Oh, no. Jukes 30 out of his socks, but sails the extra point over into the end zone. It is still going to be 6-0 to LBFFA. And if you're Flight Zone, this is not a situation you're used to being in, being down 6-0. So
let's see how they respond here. Coach Brian Ledeen in the huddle with his team. Let's see what he dials up on this drive.
Yeah, and they have to know that they've been in tight games before, but this is a situation where they don't want to go down 2 scores. They're going to go ahead and bunch to the left. QB's going to take a look at the play. Here's the hike. Man in motion. There's the fake handoff. Try to give him some time against number 5, and it's going to be a short pass, but he does step out of bounds right in front of the referee. Good call from the ref.
Great call by the ref. Again, just dinking and dunking right down the field.
No challenge. I mean, this just has to be part of the game plan. And maybe they lull him to sleep a little bit, keep giving him this business, showing him this motion in the backfield, showing him these crossing routes, and then maybe giving the strike down the field. But right now it's going to be 2nd down and half. Where is the hike? He's going to have the pass rush. He's going to go ahead and put it right down the middle over this. That was a fabulous pass right over number 13 in the middle. Didn't have a lot of room for error there. If that goes low, do we have a flag on the field? Looks like we do have a flag, and we're going to find out what the call is here shortly. No flag.
No flag on the play.
What?
Perfect.
It says holding was the call from our ref in studio. So we're going to be able to add that to the play.
Snuck the ball right over that middle linebacker's head, right in front of the safety.
That was rough, man. I mean, that doesn't have a tight, or it has a tight window. So here's the pass rusher, number 5. Oh, he's got him in his zone, and it's going to be high and over the head of number 17 in the end zone. But this is so far a battle of these pass rushers. Number 5 on LBFFA putting a lot of heat and making him go the opposite way on where he wants to, his arm. He's a right-handed quarterback, and he's having to roll to the left.
I was just going to mention that. They are pushing the Flight Zone quarterback to the left side of the field every play.
And now, granted, eventually, he's a smart kid. He will adjust, so they will have to maybe make a little bit of a change every so often and change the exact angle you're coming from. But like you said, they want to continue to force this Flight Zone QB to his left and make him throw across his body. Here's the hike. Number 5 in again. He's really got him, and there is the sack. Just like we said, it has been a battle of can these QBs outrun the defensive ends, and LBFFA number 5 goes ahead and gets it done.
It's a big sack. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You can see here they're huddling up. It's going to be 3rd down, and you see now they're just talking a little bit about it. They know it's super important that they get this in here. They don't want to turn it over and give the ball right back to LBFFA, but they have to now find an answer for number 5. He's going to have to put his juke on it. Here we go. We're going to see a bunch. QB change. Oh, there we go. They just changed the position. They were outside, and there is the tackle right before the end zone. And what their answer is to give him a little bit of, little play action there in the backfield. It did stop him, give him some a little bit of a hesitation, but in the end, they make a huge defensive stop.
Big stop from Cook out of actually New York. His team was not able to attend this national championships, so he still wanted to come, and he joined the LBFFA team to make that defense a little stronger.
Yeah, and here we go. LBFFA up 6-0, trying to make this a 2-possession game. Number 18 is going to go ahead and line up. There's that handoff. That was a dangerous play here where they're really early in these downs. They just are doing this small stuff. They're doing it where it's maybe a handoff. They're doing these little shuttle passes, and it hasn't worked to much success so far. But again, this might be just a matter of showing this over and over again and lulling them to sleep for later in the game. And we do have. There is that motion again. Oh, see, this running game, they are going to stay consistent with it. Number 16 goes ahead, gets that, and is going to be now, I believe, 3rd down.
Looks like that is the half.
Oh, we run out of time. Is that what happened? They are huddling up here. And you can see it is 6-0, an exciting half of play where we've seen these defensive ends really dominate the pace of play. Not a lot of long distance passing, a lot of short stuff and run plays.
Yeah, Flight Zone has had, their 2 biggest completions were the same exact route over the middle.
Yeah.
So we expect to see more than that. I don't know if LBFA needs to take a shot. I think they're content beating the clock. They have the lead. It'd be nice to get another score, but if they keep playing solid defense, they should be fine.
Yeah, and it is halftime. We're going to go ahead and send it down to Autumn, and she has an interview with us down from the field.
For Pennsylvania.
As long as they use their motions up here too.
Right now with me, I have Ryan Sullivan from.
So proud to have our Xenith Loop on the field for all the national championship games throughout the day today. Loop is the first purpose-built non-tackle protective headgear designed for days like this, right? Highly competitive environments of all ages, boys and girls, and it's very rewarding for myself and our entire team to see this product on the field at all the national championships today. I mean, these are, 17U. These guys are playing at a very high level, a lot of athleticism on the field of play. So there's a lot of incidental contact, whether it's head-to-head or head-to-ground. There's a lot of incidental impact in the sport, and we want to make sure these athletes are protected and performing at their best on the field.
All right, well, thank you very much. We look.
All right, we are back now after half. It is 6-0 LBFFA Elite over the favored Flight Zone Panthers. And LBFFA looks like they are going to be starting with the ball. Number 2 ready to take the hike and make this a 2-possession game. Slowing it down a little bit, seeing what they can do against these safeties. There's the hike, and he's just going to go straight out. Makes a nice juke again. Goes way across the field. Number 18 wide open. It makes a move. Did his knee go down? I'm not sure. Juking him all the way across the field, and basically ran 5 routes there worth of running.
Yeah, on our live stream, that's the first dip we have seen. That move is a dip. It is almost like a lunge where players try to lower their level to have the defender avoid the flagpole and continue. You have to have really strong legs to be able to do it.
Yeah, did I see an offsides call, I believe, on defense? I'm fairly sure that I saw an an offsides call there, but that was a dynamic play. And again, like you said, they're really confident that they don't need to be a super long down the field passing game. They can get these short passes and make the most of them.
Yeah, they're just moving the ball right down the field, eating up the clock. I think that is part of Coach Joe's game plan. Again, because they have the lead, no mistakes.
Yeah,
smart football.
And you have to look at it this way. Flight Zone has a ton of height. And if you're going to try to do these long passes, you're going to have to go over kids who are looking at they have maybe 5, sometimes 6 inch, height advantage. Now, when we do the short across the field stuff, then it's just a matter of timing, making sure you're in the right place at the right time, and making guys miss.
Yeah, it looks like we have a player fixing his flag belt.
It's been exciting, and for Flight Zone right now, their coaches are telling them, look, we need a play. We need a pick six. We need a turnover of some sort, because if we allow them to score, this could be 13-0, and that's it, and their tournament would be over.
Yeah, they're I'd be advising the players to if you have a chance to jump a route,
jump it.
If you miss it and they score, but you have to pick up the pace right here. Because time is not on your side.
Yeah, this is where you've got to step up your intensity. This is where if you're Flight Zone and you're used to being in the lead, you're used to coming in winning championships, you're being tested right now. You're being tested by another squad that says, look, we don't care about any single past accomplishment. We're here to step on your throat, make this a 2-possession game, and then dare you to put together 2 good drives and stop us. And you couldn't do that in the first half. So with maybe not as fresh legs, are you going to be able to do it in the second half?
Yeah, it looks like they're discussing what down it is right now. There seems to be some confusion on the field.
And they want to fix it. They want to make sure that it's done right. So referees are going to go ahead and huddle up here, make sure that everything is done correctly.
Yeah, I believe it is second down.
Yeah, and we just want to make sure that when you are in these championship games that it's done right? That we're not in a rush. We can have the referees talk to each other, convene, and make sure that everybody knows what's going on. Our ref in studio is finding out what's happening on the field for us and will give us an update here in a second once we know what's going on. All right, I hear a whistle, so it looks like we're going to probably get on the ball here shortly. All right, actually going to go back and huddle now for LBFFA, and we're going to get a clarification on what down it is. And okay, so it was a broken flag. Officials timeout to go ahead and get that fixed. Number 2 is under center, and here we go. He's going to go ahead and go back. There's that same shuttle pass, and he is going to get tackled right in front of that yellow marker.
So inside the no-run zone now at about the 4-yard line. They are only allowed to pass because they are in that no-run zone.
Now, when you're in the no-run zone, what about for rushing? Is it the same rules for pass rushing? What happens there?
Yes, Rob. Same rules for rushing. Any player may rush who is 7 yards or more off the line of scrimmage.
And number 2, under center. He's taking a look to the right. There is the move. Fakes it. They lull him to sleep, and he's in the end zone. I think he did not have. That is close. I thought he drug his other foot, but the referee in the back of the end zone says he was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Illegal touch.
The ref dropped his hat, which means the player went out of balance and is not eligible to be the first person to catch the ball.
Just like in the NFL, if you go out of bounds and you're the first person to touch the ball, does not work that way.
Yep. So it's third down. Looks like they have one more opportunity to punch it in here.
And
Flight Zone defense stepping it up.
They are, and you saw they try to lull them to sleep with that same shuttle look. Okay, there is now a timeout from LBFFA, and they just want to get this right.
Yeah, I think Coach Joe saw something, and he wasn't confident with the call originally. So he's going to use his timeout. He still will have another one in the half. But get the call right, because if they score here, it's going to make a difference in this game.
Yeah, and number 13, Hunter Gartland for LBFFA, wants to make sure that he gets this read right. You know, he's talking, coach, once they have whatever play that they've been practicing, this is the one that you want to make sure that you get right. And it looks like at QB we are going to have number 2, and let's see. Here's the hike. He's going to go ahead back, makes the juke on 30, and he completely juked him out. Has somebody in the back of the end, somebody goes right through his hands, and that is going to be a turnover. What a great play to send the defender flying, but could not secure the catch in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Flight Zone stepped it up, and that was a huge drive-crushing.
Yeah, that's something they definitely want back, because when you make such a great play at that QB position to evade the defender and then have all the time in the world, he just rushed it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he would definitely like to have that ball back. Flight Zone needs to keep the intensity up because they still need to score.
Yes, number 29 is going to go ahead and take this hike. Here is the pass rush. Oh, and that was really close, but that is sailed. Is not there was towards a receiver. Is not going to be an intentional grounding there.
Now, very, very close sack on the play. QB got rid of it.
Can you hear me?
It looked like, I mean, you saw when he came out of his break that he stumbled a little bit on defense. And had he had didn't stumble that little half a second, that definitely would have been a sack.
Yeah, the rusher continues to be a problem for the Flight Zone quarterback.
Well, what's the answer here? Because, can you put him in motion? What can you do? Give him something else to look at?
One of the things you can do is you can change the cadence up.
Yep. Oh, here we go. We're going to line up number 9
Our
next to 29, see if that helps. And there it is. But that is going to be a false start penalty on our Flight Zone Panthers here. And they looked a little out of sorts now. This defensive pressure, I think, has caught up to them.
Yeah, that's a bad penalty because they're going to be marked half the distance back to the goal, and they also lose the down.
The loss of down is so rough.
Third down and long. And they have to get to midfield to keep this drive alive.
And we've seen they have not challenged LBFFA long whatsoever, but now they're going to have to. Here is the bunch hike, and now 13 comes in, puts his hands up. There it is. That's going to be – there were 3 LBFFA defenders in the area. They go ahead and knock it down. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Great defense by the D-back on that play. Cook, number 11. That is the second or third big play of this game he's made so far.
I want to talk about the defense of LBFFA right now. They have taken Flight Zone completely out of the game on offense. No points at all. They've had one challenge, I think, on the very first drive of the game. And since then, it has really been just nothing for Flight Zone.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with that rush. It all starts with the rusher. You know, the D-backs are sitting there, and they know that the rusher's getting there. So
and they're in a wishbone formation. There's the fake. Go ahead and gets that to number 5. Kenny juke one guy out. Goes towards the sideline with his juke and runs out of space there, but it is going to be second down now for LBFFA. And it's going to be time is going to start being a real factor for Flight Zone. I'm going to check in with our ref and ask him how much time we have left in this game, because 7 minutes.
7 minutes left
for Flight Zone.
Don't be surprised if LBFA really slows it down.
Oh, they have to, right?
That countdown on every single play from here on out.
And you can see here's number 2. They're taking their time, just like you said. And again, they're not in any real rush. They're going to go ahead and put number 11 in. Takes the hike, passes it over to number 2, goes ahead and jukes him out. He's just going to go ahead and take off this time. He's at midfield. He's still up and going, makes the spin move, and is going to go out of bounds. But that's first down. LBFFA trying to close the door on this championship.
Yeah, LBFA is just doing everything right now. They're playing solid defense. They're eating the clock. They're moving the ball with smart plays down the field.
They're taking taking what's given to them, and we preach to the kids all the time. We don't want you to force anything. Take what the defense gives you, and LBFFA is showing exactly that. Here we go. Number 2 is going to go ahead and be in the shotgun. Number 11 lined up next to center, and they're going to go ahead and back that up. So this is definitely going to be a handoff to number 2 to give him the option to run because he's not in the run zone. Takes the handoff, jukes out number 30, has the crossing route, but it is a little behind number 11, Cook. Second down.
A little risky on that.
That was,
play.
yeah.
A little risky. That's the first big risk we've seen LBFA take. But it's still second down, second and goal. They are about 12 yards away from the end zone.
And this is one of those times where this game could turn on a dime. It's only 6-0. A pick 6, and Flight Zone could take the lead. Yeah. So LBFFA can't take big chances here. They want to score, but ultimately it's can you run it out of time and then score. Number 6 under center. Number 18 lined up next to center, takes the hike. Go ahead, and there's that shovel pass again. And he isn't tackled, and he's jumped forward. Jumped forward, so that will not be a touchdown. You cannot jump forward and to make progress.
Yes, once a ball carrier leaves their feet with possession of the ball, they are marked down at that spot. So right where he jumped from, marked at that spot.
And they're going to have the penalty yards to back it up.
So it pushes them just outside the no-run
Which
zone.
is actually helpful, I think, there.
It is because they can still do the handoff and have that runner pass option.
Yes.
They're at the 6-yard line, third down and goal.
And this third down is actually really, really rough because when they were maybe a yard away and they couldn't run, I think I'd rather have that than now number 2 is going to be back there, and they can do something with it. Takes the hike. There is a flag on the play, maybe offsides. Jukes him out. He's got 18 in the end zone. Score for LBFFA, and I believe it's offsides on Flight Zone. They will definitely decline that touchdown, LBFFA.
Looks like the Flight Zone coach didn't get off the field in time.
Oh, no.
Which drew the flag.
Free play.
Didn't even matter anyway. It was a free play. But LBFFA did what they had to do. We are now under 4 minutes.
12-0 now.
LBFFA totally in control of this game. I'd still like to get the extra point just to give you a little bit more of a cushion.
Well, would you go for 2 here?
It's not a bad option. I think getting the 1 is more important right now.
Okay.
Get up, 2 scores and an extra point.
And here we go. Number 2 takes the hike. Here is number 30. Doesn't juke him this time. And there's they're going to go ahead and bat it up a little bit. But that wouldn't have mattered because you can't return the extra point in flag.
That is correct. An interception on any extra point conversion is immediately ruled dead.
2-possession game, running out of time for Flight Zone. 3 minutes left in the game, and Flight Zone is definitely in a position that they are not normally in, being down 12-0. Here's the hike to number 29. There's the rush from 13. Going to go up in the middle. Hike. Oh, my God. Wow, I thought he wasn't tackled for a second.
It's a great pull. Great pull by number 2.
If he doesn't get that pull, that's just a touchdown.
That is more than likely a touchdown.
And now you can see Flight Zone's picked at the pace. This is the pace they probably should have been playing with earlier. 88-17. In the slot, 29 takes it, 13 up the middle again, and there is the sack again, but there is a flag. Flag guarding.
Flag guarding, yep. Looks like the QB with his opposite throwing hand swiped at the rusher coming in, so it is going to be a loss of down and yardage.
What a dominant performance by 13. I mean, it's... When you play flag, we talk about, the quarterbacks are going back, they're throwing down the field, doing all this crazy stuff. This guy has single-handedly just taken over for LBFFA.
Absolutely, no doubt. I mean, you have number 16 who has both of LBFF. Oh, no, he only has 1 LBFA touchdown.
Here we go. 29 is going to be back in the shotgun. Go ahead and take that hike. They make it so that third. Oh, my God, I think. Did he get him? I think the referee is calling that a sack. And that is going to be a turnover. LBFFA just dominating at the line of scrimmage. No answer for 13.
I got to tell you, Rob, I think the MVP of this game has got to go to that rusher. He's
Unbelievable.
had multiple sacks.
Yeah.
Some other flag
And it's so important to understand when these sacks are coming. Yeah. This isn't like, oh, you're losing and now you're getting sacks because they're being lazy. It's Flight Zone having to get points. And then you're getting it. When they're pushing the pace, you're still getting these sacks. Unbelievable performance by number 13.
Yeah, and since we are outside of an 8-point lead, it is going to be a running clock.
And this is where you're going to see LBFFA take their time under center. And there's the handoff. Going to go back up the middle. And that's the play they've run previously to just go ahead and run clock.
Yep, they're just going to eat the clock. Flight Zone does have timeouts, but it looks like
they're not going to have enough timeouts to keep this game in control, and I believe
that is the ball game.
That is game. Congratulations to LBFFA winning it in dominant performance, 12-0 over the Flight Zone Panthers, and this is a result that most people, when they started this game, they would not think that the Flight Zone Panthers would get dominated in such a fashion.
No, I mean, Flight Zone definitely has the appeal and the look of champions, but LBFFA plays very well together as a team. Coach Joe is a phenomenal coach, been coaching for a very long time, and, good for LBFFA, bringing a title home to Pennsylvania.
My home state of Pennsylvania. I'm a Philly guy, and it's beautiful to see my folks out in PA going to go and take this championship. And we are going to eventually get down to the field and have Autumn meeting with our coach from LBFFA. But until then, let's just talk a little bit about the game plan. Obviously, we saw the pass rush from 13 on LBFFA, but Flight Zone, not once did they challenge him down the field.
No,
with all that height.
They didn't really take a shot at all downfield. They didn't change their cadence to slow down that rusher. Just a great game by LBFFA. A great first matchup of the day for us.
I think so, and you're going to be hard pressed to find a more exciting game, because even though it was 12-0, the game was 6-0 for most of it. Yep. So at any time, the game could have turned the other way for Flight Zone. And if you're Flight Zone, you came to Tampa obviously with the intentions of winning the championship, but they played hard all day. And this is not a matter of, them being bad by any means. These are elite talent against elite talent, and 12-0. Still 2-possession, close game.
National championship, I mean, 2 of the top teams in the country, hands down. Flight Zone had a big upset in the semifinals to get to this game, to prevent an all-PA
right,
game.
Yeah.
But props to both teams. A very clean game, a couple penalties here and there, but the players respected themselves.
Yes.
The coaches, both great coaches, and I'm sure we'll see these teams again.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the sportsmanship after the game. But again, congratulations to LBFFA. We're going to find out if Autumn is ready on the sidelines to talk a little bit, but that will come shortly. But this was the 17U championship. So these are going to be the kids that some of them may have another year, but a lot of them are going to be going to college.
Yep, absolutely. This was the last hoorah for a few of them, so it definitely means a lot. A lot of these kids have played for years,
right?
And this was their last chance, last shot. Flight Zone, I believe all of their players do return, but LBFFA certainly have some players that age out. So, good for them. Great win, great first game. I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, and when we talk about flag and the growth of flag, a lot of people don't know just how young people can start. I mean, I was told that there's leagues that start at 4.
Yeah, and actually in Hawaii, I believe they start their children at age of 4, and you could definitely tell.
Yeah, and you're 4 years old and you're playing all the way to you're 17. You've got
13 some years of practice playing in these games. It's always a beautiful thing to see what's going on, and we are going to go ahead and go down to Autumn, who will give us a rundown of what she saw here on the field. So Autumn, take it away.